Breaking news, Donald Trump, you see there, speaking now live in Pittsburgh. His advisors have been urging him to focus on the issues as he makes his closing message. He has, though, veered off in these final hours, suggesting earlier that Harris should be put in a boxing ring with Mike Tyson.
A few months ago, Mike's been through a lot, but he could fight. Let me tell you, that guy could fight. But can you imagine Mike? Oh, he says, put Mike in the ring with Kamala. That would be interesting.
All right, the stop before that, Trump publicly questioned some of the advice he's been getting from his own campaign. The context of this was that he was saying, well, they told him to not attack Michelle Obama.
I was going to say to my people, am I allowed to hit her now? They said, take it easy, sir. Sir, take it. My geniuses, I'm telling you, they said, just take it easy. Oh, what do you mean? She said bad about me. I can't hit back. Sir, you're winning. Just relax.
All right, Tim Alberta's out front, staff writer for The Atlantic. He spoke with nearly a dozen of Trump's aides and advisors for his latest article, headlined, quote, Inside the Ruthless, Restless Final Days of Trump's campaign. Final days of Trump's campaign, sorry. So, Tim, I guess from everyone you're speaking to, the feeling that you're getting from the inside the campaign, do you think Trump thinks he's going to win the election?
Yeah, Aaron, I think that he does. Because I think he, of course, has a pretty distorted view of political reality. I think that's been the case for quite some time. I mean, if you recall back in 2016, when he lost the Iowa caucuses to Ted Cruz, he called the chairman of the Iowa Republican Party from his plane at the Des Moines airport and demanded that the result be thrown out because he was convinced that Ted Cruz had stolen it from him. So this is not someone whose own assessment of wins and losses necessarily aligns with reality. But I do think in this case, he does believe that he's going to win. And I think as of a few weeks ago, people close to him were still pretty bullish on his prospects. I'm not sure that's the case anymore. I think that there is a real fear that the bottom has started to fall out here at the worst possible moment, and that they are closing. About as weak a fashion as you possibly could. If sprinting through the tape is at one extreme, I think sort of crawling or limping through the tape is at the other, and that's how a lot of the Trump folks feel right now.
Okay, so you write in your article that many Trump campaign staffers told you earlier this year that they were excited, they were fired up, they were excited to work in a Trump White House if he won. And now, though, you report, win or lose, they were done with the chaos of Donald Trump, even if the nation was not. Now, I read that line, Tim, and I wonder, I mean, do you think there are people on the Trump campaign who are not voting for Trump?
I don't want to speculate on that, Aaron. I don't. But I think I'll put it this way. I think that there are at least a couple of people, and I can say this with certainty because I've had these conversations with them, who work for Donald Trump, who will not be upset if he loses. I'll put it that way. I think that whatever exhaustion, whatever fatigue, whatever exasperation the median American voter feels with Donald Trump, amplify that by about 10 million and consider those who have found themselves working for the man day in and day out for the past, 18 to 20 months, only to see him sort of sabotaging their efforts down the stretch of this campaign. And of course, Aaron, when I say that, anyone listening might say, justifiably so, well, la-di-da, these people decided to work for him in the first place and they deserve what they get. Sure, I'm not arguing anything to the contrary. I am saying, though, that through the prism of a political consultant who made a decision to go to work for this guy and try to elect him. Yeah. I think for a lot of those folks, they sort of made a certain peace with doing this job. And now they have sort of come to find out how bad it really can be.
So can I ask you about something else you write about in the article then? When you're talking about at least a couple who would not be upset if he lost. You write in your article about the moment Trump learned of a report that actually aired here on this show a couple weeks ago, and it was K-File. Andrew Kaczynski had unearthed tweets from Trump's co-campaign manager, Chris LaCivita, that had subsequently been deleted. But these were the original tweets that Chris LaCivita liked and shared on January 6th that blamed Trump for the violence of January 6th, including this one that called for Trump to be removed by use of the 25th Amendment. So this report aired, And then you report that, quote, and I'm quoting from your article, Tim, Trump told several people that LaCivita was dead to him, that he would ride out the remainder of the campaign, but would have no place in his administration or political operation going forward. LaCivita obviously has been central to this campaign, along with Susie Wiles. I mean, what has this incident done to the campaign? How disruptive has this conflict been?
I think you have to consider this incident in the sweep of the relationship between some of these people. So the relationship between Trump and LaCivita, the relationship between LaCivita and Susie Wiles, and then Corey Lewandowski, who parachuted into the campaign this summer and basically started, as I wrote in the piece, rolling grenades into every department at campaign headquarters. This has been an extraordinarily volatile past 3 months, Aaron. And I would just underscore that for whatever I reported in this piece, I'm expecting that in the months to come, in the years to come, there will be so much more that comes out. There will be memoirs written by the staffers. There will be great books that are written by other reporters. This has been a total train wreck of a fall campaign for the Trump folks. And I think that, yes, LaCivita was already regarded internally, specifically regarded by Trump and the Trump family, as someone who was kind of a hired gun. They recognized, I think, pretty early on that he had some real misgivings about working for Donald Trump. He talked to me about this on the record over the summer. And then Andrew unearthing what he unearthed, I think, only kind of put an exclamation point on it. But I think LaCivita is certainly one of these guys who knows what he was getting into, but maybe didn't fully understand just how ugly it could be. And now, of course, he's sort of wrestling with that.
Right. Well, the words you use there, train wreck, in these final weeks, and we'll see whether that train can emerge victorious or not in light of all this reporting.
And he can still win despite all of it, Aaron. He could still win.
Absolutely.
Very, very easily.
Well, Tim, it's great to see you, and thanks so much.
Thank you.